It's pointless. It is a waste.
Dude, this is dangerous. Good morrow, everybody. My name is Robin, also known as Sunny Side Up Gal, and you are my Sunny Side Up pal. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Thank you. Welcome very much. If you haven't already, please consider giving me a subscribe. And go ahead and like this video because I feel like you're gonna like the video. And if you are not new here, hi, welcome.
Welcome back.
I'm so excited that you're here and that you subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, like how'd you know I posted and you came back? Subscribe and turn the notification bells on. Okay? If you didn't know, I do have memberships now where I will be doing an exclusive member only, never to go publish video every week, hopefully, fingers crossed. And you'll get early access to public videos. And I do post, on the wall, like the community posts specifically for my members as well. And you may get some member only reels, which is kind of like stories in my opinion, like on Instagram. Anyway, consider becoming a member and joining the team. Only $1.99. $2 make you holla.
Started printing these $2 bills in 1976 for the 200th year anniversary of the United States.
Plus tax. Today's episode is a very special episode. We're going to be talking about, I want to say my mortal enemy, but she probably doesn't even know I exist. I know she exists. And she bothers me. Her name is Aubrey Hoffer. This is her TikTok profile. So if I'll try to link it if I remember. Me and Angelica Unfiltered and I did a video where she knows, like, we picked our least favorite fat activist influencers to kind of like torture each other with. So she picked Aubrey Hoffer for me and I picked Tess Holiday for her. And Aubrey had blocked me a couple years ago for doing I don't know what they're called, for remixing, or is it called, it's a stitch, maybe a remix or a stitch from one of her videos. And it was, I don't remember what the video was. I can't find it in my drive. Like, I thought I had it maybe uploaded or something. I don't have it anywhere because when somebody blocks you after you do a stitch, that video is deleted, which rude. But also, like, if you do a controversial take on somebody's reel and you think they might block you, subconsciously make sure that you do a screen record on that so that you could, bring that up.
Why you bringing up old shit?
Later in life, if you decide to start a YouTube channel 2 years later. So she blocked me because it was along the lines of, she had said something, I believe it was along the lines of, like, it's totally okay to be fat. It's fine to be unhealthy. And clearly we don't owe anybody health, but the way that she carries her conversations, the way that she projects is that it's just giving give up culture, which I hate. I absolutely hate when people are like,
This is just me.
like completely ignoring the health risks, knowing that there's something you can do to better your life, and just being like,
No, I don't need to lose weight. It's fine.
because they think that it's mostly like a beauty standard thing when it is literally like a health thing, like a health situation. Like, being obese is a health risk. It's not about being beautiful or being in a thin body because that makes you beautiful. Like, even if you were like 500 pounds and you lost weight to be like 300 pounds, you've created a much healthier life, like form, like body to live in. So she irks me, and you can see she irks me very much. But so here's her TikTok page. I was going to just go off of the TikTok page, but I didn't know if it was going to work. I don't have a TikTok. I don't know how it works. Can you watch all the videos all the way through if you don't have a TikTok? Me not know. However, on my phone, I was able to download some videos that I wanted to pick that I felt were perfect for this video to kind of like introduce the type of person she is, because this is going to be the first episode of my first series. I'm going to be covering Aubrey Hoffer for the next couple of weeks to kind of maybe get her out of my system so I don't have to think about her again, but then I may come back to her. So I don't have access to her Instagram. However, nothing on the internet is really blocked. I will find you.
'Cause I'd find you.
I found out that she posts everything on TikTok onto Instagram, so I'm not missing anything if I don't use her Instagram page. But shockingly, the way that she carries herself, she and her videos she gets a lot of like views, or she did. So these are her this is her TikTok page. I thought that she had a ton of followers because these videos were like what introduced me to her, and they have a ton of views. However, she only has 7,000 followers. I was shook. I thought she had way more. Am I bullying a nobody? Maybe. I don't know. But let's just go ahead and jump into things, okay? So this is on my Google Drive. It's not going to be as like easy flowing. I'm going to try and do good cuts and edits for you guys, but it's not going to be as easy flowing because Google's stupid. It doesn't use like quick keys or anything like that. Like it's just, you have to use your mouse. Ugh, grody, right? Okay, this is her most recent video. I wanted to show this video and then show another video from like, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, and she's wearing the same sweater. So we love a gal who keeps her clothes. I will give it to that. We love a gal who doesn't just have to get new clothes every year. She kept the same sweater for 2 years. We like that. We like that. We like a sustainable girly. We love a sustainable girly. Okay. So she's responding to a comment. She's responding to a comment. For me, I did get to a point where I was just uncomfortable in my body, and anytime I moved around, it was a struggle.
This is an incredibly lukewarm take, but I really don't judge anyone who wants to lose weight. Don't get me wrong.
Okay. So she clearly does. I don't encourage you to go and like bully this person. However, if you do go and you decide to watch her videos on TikTok, she doesn't judge people for losing weight, but there is judgment there. It's clearly, and it feels like jealousy a little bit to me. I'm not sure. Let's keep watching.
I'm not an advocate for weight loss, and I think that the vast majority of people who want to lose weight want to do so for reasons that are not great.
Her belief of a not great reason to lose weight is for aesthetic reasons.
But I've only ever lived my life in a body the size that mine is.
No. There's pictures of her when she's a little kid, and she's not always been a fat kid. Maybe like a 90s fat kid, but not like that.
And we live in a world that is not accessible to people in larger bodies.
Because that is not the norm. Larger bodies is like they're always going to say
fat people have always existed. Fat people have always existed.
Yeah, but like that's always been the minority, and you guys are turning it into the majority, and like it's not healthy.
So I think it's understandable that for some people, in order to like accommodate having an existence in an anti-fat world, they want to lose weight in order to just...
So that is another thing that she believes. She believes that a lot of people want to lose weight so that they can like escape fat bias. And to me, it feels like she's living in the world with like blinders on. Like, where did you get that? Where did you get that? There are so many like, her big thing is,
I need a peer-reviewed study.
There are so many peer-reviewed studies that prove that being in an obese body is absolutely detrimental to your health. So the majority of people who are trying to lose weight are doing it to better themselves medically, and they're not doing it to... I've never heard of anybody that's been like,
I want to lose weight because I don't want to be discriminated against.
Like, no, shut up. That's not what happens.
Exist. The place where world in order to like accommodate in a world that is not accessible to people in larger bodies. So I think it's understandable that for some people, in order to like accommodate having an existence in an anti-fat world, they want to lose weight in order to just exist. The place where I tend to push back the most is when people say that they want to avoid fat stigma.
Nobody says that.
From other people, so they want to lose weight so other people will be nicer to them.
Literally nobody says that. Nobody has ever said, I want to lose weight so people are nicer to me. Maybe she's just wording it differently, and people are like, I want to lose weight so I feel more comfortable in public kind of thing. I don't think anybody has ever written down in their journal or their diary,
Dear diary, I really want to lose 20 pounds this year because I don't want to live, I don't want to I don't want to suffer from fat bias anymore.
Like, nobody's doing that. They're like, I want to lose weight because I want to do X, Y, Z. I want to bend over and tie my shoes. I want to be able to walk a mile and not die. I want to be able to have kids. Aubrey!
Because truthfully, if people in your life are treating you poorly fat, they will probably treat you poorly thin.
That actually is true. So like, if you are fat and you have family who, or like a spouse or a friend who treats you like shit and they call you fat, they're gonna find other ways to like treat you like shit when you're skinny. So I actually do agree with that. Good job, Aubrey.
But if you think pursuing weight loss is best for you, fine. I don't think it is for me, so I don't. It's an incredibly lukewarm take, but I really don't judge anyone who wants to lose weight.
I really don't judge anybody who wants to lose weight, but then she's like, you're losing weight for not good reasons. It feels like a judgment to me. All right, let's look at the sweater. Here's the sweater from this year. This is actually from last month, maybe? Let's check. Okay, yes, it is from, oh, you can't really see that, but it's from December 18th. Okay, so this is a pinned video, and this is from November, I believe. Yeah, November of 2022, and she's in the same sweater. She's in the same sweater.
This is an incredibly...
And look at her face. So this is her pinned video. Okay, so this is a pinned video. It's got like over 375,000 views on her Instagram page, or on her TikTok page. And it's from November of 2022. And here is the video I just showed you. Ma'am, you aged 17 years in 3 years. Well, now 4 years. Doesn't that look like she aged way more? Am I wrong? Can I change this?
During the Victorian era, there was a phenomena where young girls would claim to survive long periods of time without eating. They were known as fasting girls, and these girls would refuse any nourishment that...
So I didn't know, but if you download a video from TikTok, you can't keep the audio, the quality. All right, but doesn't she look way older in this picture than this picture? I know the quality sucks, but I can't like keep the good quality if I download the video from TikTok. I've learned my lesson, okay? But this is from November 22nd, 2022, and this is from December 18th, 2025.
Lukewarm take.
Like, doesn't she look way older than 3 years older? Am I being mean? Is that an exaggeration? She looks at least 7 years older. I would say she even looks 10 years older. She looks really young here. This looks like I'm 21. Actually, I really don't know how old she is.
Young girls would...
She looks young here, right? Right? And then maybe it's the makeup, the powder face. Maybe it's just not working for her. Maybe. I also think I think fat people, I think excess
that you do.
I think excess body fat in your face makes you look much older. That's it. But she looks way older than 3 years older here. But maybe I just like her in darker hair. Who knows? We don't know. We're judging. All right, but this video was in the collaboration that Angelica Unfiltered and I did. Let's just do a little recap. She's talking crap about fasting, which I am a huge proponent of fasting. So,
during the Victorian era, there was a phenomena where young girls would claim to survive long periods of time without eating. They were known as fasting girls, and these girls would refuse any nourishment that was offered to them, and they would also claim to have religious or magical powers. Believers thought that these girls were miraculous, but modern historians believe that these girls were an example of an early form of anorexia. Obviously, fasting will give you magical powers and is incredibly dangerous.
Incredibly dangerous is such a hyperbole, like such an exaggeration, because fasting is literally something that our bodies have been doing since we've evolved into humans. Like we've always been fasting, so that's so weird that she would say that. The only reason that I would say that it is dangerous, like the only people who shouldn't be fasting are pregnant people, children, people with like clearly recorded beating. They should not be fasting. But if you are an American who eats multiple, like you're grazing all day, you can afford a fast, you know? Maybe skip breakfast. Big fan of skipping breakfast, you guys. Mommy is a big fan of skipping breakfast. I'm actually a big fan of OMAD. You didn't know that about me, but I do like to have one meal a day sometimes.
Which is why anytime these girls were monitored to verify their claims, they pretty much fell apart. One example of this is 12-year-old Sarah Jacob, who in 1869 was placed under supervision to verify her claim that she had not consumed any food after the age of 10. In 2 weeks, she clearly showed signs of starvation. She had clearly been eating small amounts of food but couldn't do that under supervision. Despite the fact that she was dying, Sarah Jacob's parents refused to let medical staff give her food, and she eventually died of starvation.
So take a look at the screen. I'm not going to read it all for y'all. This is from Wikipedia. This is about Sarah Jacob. She died when she was like 12, a fasting girl. And if you read the biography, to me, it sounds like her parents killed her more than it was her being like, I'm this fasting girl. I think she ate little and wasn't, I don't think that she really survived 113 weeks without food. She clearly had food in her system. She had poop in her bowels, is what the last sentence of the biography says. I think her parents killed her. So, all right. So now let's just go through these videos and chit chat and talk a little bit of trash.
Trash.
Okay. I don't know if they're in any specific order, but let's just talk, and you guys will kind of know why she irks me.
What is a bariatric surgery, and what is the aim of one? Bariatric surgery.
The aim of a bariatric surgery is so that you can save your life and basically not be a gigantic person anymore and live a normal life because you're not over 500 pounds.
Surgeries are typically classified as restrictive, malabsorptive, or both. The lap band and the gastric sleeve are considered restrictive, whereas the gastric bypass and the duodenal switch are considered restrictive and malabsorptive. Restrictive surgeries basically reduce the amount that an individual can eat to a very small amount. Malabsorptive surgeries cause reduced digestion and absorption of nutrients. So restrictive surgeries cause an individual to consume less food, and malabsorptive surgeries cause an individual to absorb less food. For restrictive surgeries, this involves shrinking the stomach in some way, and for malabsorptive surgeries, it involves bypassing the small intestines so that less nutrients are absorbed. There are a ton of complications associated with bariatric surgery that are unique to BS, so please be aware of them.
Okay, so that was just informative. She didn't really have a take on there. She does come off as one of those people who thinks that bariatric surgery is some kind of mutilation. Okay. All right. This is her responding to a comment. I think when people bring this up, everyone jumps to the thought of someone losing 100+ pounds and how that may impact health or comfort. But in reality, a very large portion of people choosing to lose weight are blank, blank, blank. Does not finish.
Yeah, this is the point I'm trying to make. And the thing is,
doesn't her voice just kind of kill you? Her voice is one of the major reasons why I dislike her. And I'm sorry. I know that she probably can't change her voice, but also, yes, you can. Yes, you can. It feels maybe a bit of deviated septum, maybe a bit of allergies. Fix it.
for most people, right? If you're like, I want to lose 20 pounds because it will do X, Y, and Z for me. It's like, okay, well, if X, Y, and Z happened and you didn't lose any weight, would you still feel satisfied? And I think for some people, right, the answer is yes.
Okay, so she's saying if something X, Y, and Z, so let's say, for example, you have back pain and you want to lose 20 pounds so that your back pain can be relieved. She's wondering, if you lost your back pain and you didn't have to lose your weight, would you be satisfied? I would say, yeah, because my back doesn't hurt anymore. However, that's an immediate thing that wants to be fixed. People don't realize excess body fat on your body, especially around your stomach, is hormonally active. So although you may have back pain now, it's almost inescapable that something in the future with your added body fat, something else will go wrong. Something else will go wrong. You'll get comorbidities. Comorbidities related to obesity.
And it's like, okay, cool, that's great. But you can't be serious and be like, no, nobody out there wants to lose weight just because they think it'll make themselves look better. That's probably why most people.
What's wrong? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. What's wrong with that? Is it shallow? I don't know. Some people would say, yeah, it is shallow, but at the same time, if you feel better about yourself, wouldn't you like take care of yourself a little bit more? Wouldn't you feel better? Doesn't that relieve a little bit of depression? Right? Am I being wrong?
People want to lose.
Like, she has such a huge problem with people wanting to lose weight for aesthetic purposes, and it's just giving off like jealous.
Weight. And that's why I think people should explore their reasons for wanting to lose weight. Because also, it's like, if you want to lose weight just because you think it'll make you more attractive and that'll make you happy, fine, whatever. But I think you gotta ask yourself, why is that important to you? And
why would it be important to you? Let me know in the comments. Why would it be important for you to want to look good?
Many people, I think it's because they think it will make them worthy of love and respect.
Okay, so she's judging. She's saying people who want to lose weight for aesthetic reasons are hungry for love and respect. I think maybe self-love. People want to lose weight because they want to love themselves a little bit more. I sometimes feel I may even say that your weight loss is a symbol or a side effect of you loving yourself. Because a lot of people who get to the point of like 500 pounds, you don't see it, but it is a form of self-harm. So they're hurting themselves and they've gotten themselves to this weight. So if they start loving themselves and giving themselves proper nutrition and they lose the weight, self-love, and then you look good. You look better. I think a lot of people look better at a smaller body size than 500 pounds. And that's just me. Okay, look at the face. She looks so unhappy, honestly.
Many people are afraid of what will happen to them if they become fat or if they get fatter than they are. I think I've reached an interesting point in my life because I am probably the fattest I've ever been right now. And
okay, let's see if she is. I need to see how old this video is. And if it is the fattest she's ever gotten.
People are afraid of what will happen to them if they become fat or...
All right, so that is from November 2024.
Yeah,
this is from December 26th. Okay, so this video... All right, so this video is from December 26th, 2025. So this video is from November of 2024, and this is from December 2026. I don't think that she's gained much weight, but her saying that she's the fattest here than she's been and being okay with that feels really weird to me. Let's listen.
Many people are afraid of what will happen to them if they become fat or if they get fatter than they are. I think I've reached an interesting point in my life because I am probably the fattest I've ever been right now. And
she's okay with it. That's so bizarre to me. Give up culture. I hate it. I hate give up culture. I hate it. You deserve a good life. I mean, if she thinks she has a good life and she's completely healthy, all right. But me not think so.
I don't know. Nothing has happened. I still have friends. I have more friends than I've ever had. I have a loving relationship. I have a job that I like. I'm involved in hobbies. I have...
Okay. Oh, so I believe this was on another collab that me and Angelica did. I don't know if it was from the one from before or the one from before that. We need to do another one soon. But it's just give up culture. And then also she equates, is that the right word? She thinks that because you're fat, she's not even bringing up medical stuff. She's just saying like, I still have friends. I still have hobbies. I have a loving relationship. I've got somebody who loves me. I have a great job. Like that's all that matters when you're in a fat body. When I think the majority of people who want to lose weight are doing it for health reasons. So
haven't been into in several years. I learned how to tap dance. Yeah, but the idea that if you become fat or if you become fatter than you are, that your life is just going to be constant misery is just false.
Okay, it's not, I don't think that, listen, it is not false. I've known so many people who are morbidly obese, or we've even seen it on TV, which I know TV is inflated or whatever, conflated. People who live in gigantic bodies, I've never seen one who is 100% truly happy. There's always something behind the scenes that we don't see. A lot of it is misery. A lot of it is misery because, one, you don't fit into a lot of the world. You don't fit into a lot of the world. You're in pain. There's no way that you can be over 400 pounds and not be in pain, walking, etc.
Your life is just going to be constant misery.
It's not, maybe it may not be constant misery, but you're not well. You're not well.
It's just false.
And she's, the way, I think what really bothers me is that there's an arrogance to her. There is this, whatever she is saying is absolutely, like, listen to her, she's 100% right. There's not a lot of, I would say, nuance, which I kind of hate that word. I feel like everybody uses that. She's, what's her source? I don't know how she can say that people living in like super morbidly obese bodies don't constantly have a little bit of misery. I do feel like I don't know of anybody who is in an overweight body or an obese, super morbidly obese body who doesn't have some kind of misery or pain, either physical, mental, emotional, etc. I'm not saying that living in a skinny body, you don't also have misery. I think life is actually fucking misery. I think it sucks to be alive sometimes. But her saying that being in a fat body is totally 100% nothing ever go wrong kind of situation is what irks me, because I think she's arrogant. I think she's wrong.
And I think that if that fear of weight gain keeps you from doing things that you enjoy or living the life you want to live, that is far worse than just like being fat.
Okay, I kind of get what she's talking about. I agree. I feel like even though you're maybe in a fat body, I don't think that you should hold yourself back from enjoying life. Like, wear a bathing suit at the beach, right? Even wear a bikini. I really don't care to see people at the beach wanting to get some sun on body parts that we don't normally see, like your stomach, right? It's okay. I don't care. Me not care. Wear whatever you want. Do the things that you want to do. If you can fit, right? I wouldn't say like if you're 500 pounds, go horseback riding, because poor horse. But I mean, I don't think that you should hold yourself back from like going on that road trip or, trying to do that hike if you wanted to do a hike. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think don't hold yourself back from living life just because you live in a fat body. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody's going to judge you in public. If they do, they're assholes. But most people are only caring about themselves. And that's been like my motto for like fucking 7 years. I stopped caring about like what I look like outside. I mean, I'll ask Michael, does this look okay? Do I look like I'm trying too hard? Do I look fat? But it all boils down to, essentially, I know that more people aren't looking at me. More people are concerned about themselves, right? Just like I was concerned about myself. When you go out in public, more people are judging themselves. They're not judging you. So live your life, even if you're fat. And if you're fat and you're watching, I hope that if you're on a journey, I hope that it goes well. And you should stick around. I really don't hate fat people. I hate fat activists. If you want to live in a fat body and that's your choice, that's amazing. Do what you want to do with your life. Acknowledge that maybe it could be unhealthy for you. Excess adipose tissue is unhealthy. However, just don't be a fat activist, because that's spreading harm. Okay, wink. Okay. She talks out of the side of her mouth. I wonder if I do that. I need to watch.
What is diet culture anyway?
She has a stink face.
There are some great academic definitions for diet culture. Typically, they involve diet culture as being the societal belief that pins fat bodies against thin bodies and positions fat bodies as inferior. Other folks have kind of pushed back against the idea of diet.
I need to read that again.
Anyway, there are some great academic definitions for diet culture. Typically, they involve diet culture as being the societal.
Robin, when you edit this, put in a clip of what diet culture is.
Belief that pins fat bodies against thin bodies and positions fat bodies as inferior.
I feel like the academic definition, an academic definition of diet culture would not pin thin bodies versus fat bodies. I need to figure it out.
Other folks have kind of pushed back against the idea of diet culture and have suggested that really what we're calling diet culture is just anti-fat bias, which I think makes sense because, the idea of diet culture is that society is always telling you that you should become thin or be thinner than you are, and that is because being fat is considered bad.
Okay. What is your idea of diet culture? When someone's like, what is diet culture? What's your initial thought? Because I feel like in the comments, we're all going to have different ideas of what diet culture is and what diet culture means to you. And I feel like there really isn't a wrong answer. I feel like there's many tiers of diet culture. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Me, first thought, what is diet culture, Robin? Diet culture is like, let me just paint you a Birmingham.
Could you paint me a Birmingham?
Right? Diet culture, what I'm seeing is like almond moms. I'm seeing like people that are constantly on a diet, trying different things, trying the lemonade diet, trying the cayenne pepper diet, maple syrup diet, trying the sugar diet, trying all these fad diets. Diet culture is constantly always being on some kind of like new craze of like diets. You're always eating like low fat, like this is my idea of what diet culture is. Low fat, like chips and shit. Maybe I am a proponent of diet culture because I feel like I'm constantly on some kind of a journey, right? However, I say I'm on the keto diet. I've been on the keto diet for like almost 10 years. Weird. Like 2020 or 2017 is when I found it. And then I've been like off and on, but mostly always fall back onto keto because I have PCOS and insulin resistance. And it just does better for me to be low carb. That said, and high fat. That said, it's a lifestyle. It's not like a specific diet. Like it's not Weight Watchers. You know what I mean? Like, do people do Weight Watchers for life? I don't know. I don't think so. But that's I know I didn't give you like an exact definition of diet culture, but that is my picture of diet culture. I feel like I think in like chunks. Like I don't think in like full paragraphs. Like it's just like pictures, but not really pictures.
Which is anti-fat bias.
Fat bias. You know what is so odd? I was telling Angelica Unfiltered this. I was like, I had a feeling that she was from Arizona just because the way that she sounds. I feel like Arizona is just like the dumped Valley girl. It's like California. It's like, Costco, California. Like we're the Kirkland brand of California. We get all of the like leftover accents. We get the I say we. I'm from Florida right now. I'm in Florida right now, but we get, as an Arizonan, we got the accent, kind of, a lot of Valley Girl accent, a lot of California accent in Arizona. If you're not like a snowbird or like somebody that's a transplant there, we got the trends, but it's usually like kind of late. I don't know. We got the accent. We got the beach wear in a desert. We got, we are just so California in Tucson and Arizona. So, yeah. So I thought, I was like, she sounds familiar. In my head, I was like, I feel like, and this is with another gal that I posted, that I did a video on too. I was like, I feel like I know these girls. Again, they were from Arizona. So, but now she lives in Kentucky, which means she's going to get even fatter because Kentucky is number 10 in obesity in the United States. Kentucky is fat.
So to me, diet culture and anti-fat bias are one and the same and probably can be used interchangeably.
No, I don't think so. Anti-fat bias. Am I gonna go to the doctor and be like, oh my God, you are performing diet culture on me? I don't think so.
In a recent article published by myself and my team in the International
Okay, so I don't know if I had mentioned in the beginning, but she did post, because she has a PhD now. She has a article in some journal. She has a medical journal out. And I thought that was kind of cool because, like, I mean, she's not my friend, but I was also like, oh my God, okay, go off. You really are doing PhD things. It is a bullshit article, by the way. It's
Journal of Eating Disorders, we wanted to examine whether a diet culture intervention was effective at decreasing weight stigma and eating disorder pathology. Essentially, participants completed what's called a digital single session intervention, where they logged onto their computers, they saw some modules, and then logged out. We looked at their feelings before, immediately after, and 2 weeks after seeing the content. And we found that there were
Whoa, why did her face get like bigger all of a sudden? Do y'all see that? What is going on? I'm stupid.
immediately after and 2 weeks after seeing the content. And we found that there were sustained effects after 2 weeks, particularly that fear of weight stigma and eating disorder pathology decreased and fat accepting health beliefs increased. This is
So basically, they fed a bunch of girls pro-fat propaganda, and it worked.
promising because it basically means that in short form interventions, we can see potentially sustained benefits. You can
Okay, so they sat on a computer, watched this propaganda about how being fat is okay, healthy, whatever. I feel like no.
find the article here. And if
Okay, so she posted it for us. Look at her. All right, so a single session digital diet culture intervention. You know what's so funny? I read the article and in my head, a single session digital diet culture intervention, I was thinking like digits, like your finger. I'm stupid.
benefits, you can find the article here.
Okay, a single session digital diet culture intervention, a case series examining immediate impacts on eating disorder pathology and weight stigma.
And if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. I talk to kids all the time. I talk to kids.
Oh, so I think this video actually went viral at one point, or maybe it was on somebody else's video, but
all the time because of a project that I'm working on, and the normalization of the term big back is so upsetting.
So she's referring to this trend that went around, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, and everybody was doing the Dora big back, and then they were eating like food.
Big back, big back, big back, big back.
And I'm always like, oh, what does it mean to call somebody a big back? And they're always like, oh, if somebody's eating a lot, they're a big back. And it's like, oh, like, that sounds like that is a not nice term to use. So what does it mean if somebody has a big back? Like, if somebody's just big? And they're always like, oh, well, it's not actually about people who are big. And it's like, but you're using this term as an insult and a joke to other people. And it's not.
Yeah, because insults, jokes are funny. It's okay to be funny. It's okay to jab at people. Jab. Right? I think. Right?
Bad because being fat is bad. It's bad because it's bad to use fat as an insult for other people.
I mean, listen, I would say I'm a little bit of a professional troll, right? I mean, I don't make fun or insult people to their face, but I also understand that, like, using somebody's appearance in your troll, in your form of, I would say, bullying, is weak. Like, that's not intelligent. Like, when you use somebody's appearance, like, if you can't have an actual argument and you use somebody's appearance to judge them or like to insult them, it has no weight to it, in my opinion, as a troll, as somebody who's trying to like get under your skin, because we all have eyes and we know that like we're fat, we're ugly. You know what I mean? Like, if you call somebody ugly, they probably know they're ugly, or they definitely know they're fat, right? So I feel like calling somebody fat as like a jab or like a joke is not as bad as she's making it out to seem. If you know you're fat and you're getting offended of people calling you fat, that's so weird to me. I'm so sorry. I think that's weird. You're fat. You're fat. You just are fat. Don't be offended by people calling you fat if you're fat. Because you know you're fat. You have eyes, right? You're intelligent.
Also, I am talking to so many children who are struggling with their relationship with food and their bodies because they're getting called big back by other kids.
No comment on that, just 'cause I don't like to fuck with kids. Look at her face. I don't know how old this is, but she looks... It's kind of scary. Like, is there anything behind there? What's behind those eyes?
It's fine if you're fat.
No, it's not.
If you're like, oh no, it's not fine to be fat. Being fat's unhealthy. It's fine if you're unhealthy.
No, it is not. Is this the video? Is this the video? How old is this?
It's fine.
Okay, no, that's from August. That isn't it. It's not it.
If you're unhealthy, you still deserve love and...
Okay, I agree. So if you're unhealthy and you're fat, you do deserve love and respect and yada, yada, yada. I'm sure you'll find that. However, this, again, it's give up culture. I'm not a fan. Like, it's not okay to be obese. It's not okay to be obese. It's never okay to be unhealthy. You don't owe anybody health, but I want you to know it's not okay. I want you to be healthy, right? As healthy as you could possibly be. I want you to try at least. It's not okay to just give up and be like, I'm just going to be unhealthy. I'm just going to be fat.
respect and to have a happy life as much as you...
Like, I feel like she's only giving a shit about like the emotional and the mental health portion of being fat. She doesn't really care about like the medical part. I'm sure she has some medical issues. She has to.
You can. Also, being fat doesn't mean you're unhealthy. Health is complex. Who gives a shit?
I give a shit. I give a shit. If you don't give a shit, that tells me a lot about you, Aubrey. You don't give a shit about your health. You don't give a shit. There is proof that it is completely unhealthy to be medically morbidly obese, and you are going, who gives a shit? You don't care. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. That's like giving up on life, in my opinion. Honestly, it is. There, I said it. Black and white. If you are okay with being completely morbidly obese, you're okay with being not on this earth. And that's sad and morbid. Stop it. Love yourself. Shit.
That's the thing. If you're like, oh, you're so fat. I get comments all the time. You're so fat. You're going to die. You're so fat. Yeah, I'm going to die. So are you.
So she does give up. She does give up. That's sad.
Like, none of it matters. Have relationships with people outside of the internet. Do things that you enjoy. Fucking dance, garden, eat a goddamn pizza.
Okay, listen. It's hard to garden if you can't even bend over to tie your shoe. It's hard to garden if you can't get off of the ground, like up off the ground without 4 other people picking you up, Jamie. And dancing is nice, but if you can't even walk through a Walmart without a rascal, how are you gonna dance?
Piece of cake. Who gives a shit if you're fat?
You should give a shit if you're fat. I get it. If you're on a weight loss journey, I'm on a weight loss journey. I'm still obese, okay? I'm still obese. But I give a shit. And that's why this irks me. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, please do not give up, you guys. You can do this. Like, don't give up on your life. If you are okay with being super morbidly obese, you've given up on life. It's like you're taking a teeny tiny little bit of cyanide every day. Teeny tiny. Even if you don't die tomorrow, you're lowering your lifespan.
Do you actually want to fucking waste your entire life wishing that you could be thin?
You are literally cutting off like 20 years of your life if you are living in a super morbidly obese body. Take a year and a half or 2 years to just change your lifestyle and lose a little bit of weight. Like, that's not wasting your life away. Wasting your life away is being in a body that you can't even go outside with. You can't get out of bed. You're wasting your life.
It's pointless. It is a waste of...
Dude, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. Ooh, she's so lucky I don't have a TikTok. This is dangerous to tell people. I need to see how many people watch this. She had 3,000 views on that. Okay, so she's not a huge, like, influencer, but this is dangerous. I'm glad that nobody else watched this because that is dangerous. Oh my God. This is dangerous rhetoric. This is dangerous propaganda. If you are watching, I want you to know it's never pointless to take control of your life and take control of your eating habits. Even if you like suck at it and you're like, I fall off every week, you are doing better. You're doing laps basically around the people who literally around Aubrey, who's literally given up and has gotten fatter since she moved to Kentucky.
a life. Your life is worth so much more than that. I'm not trying to say it's all a distraction from things that are actually important, but also release the Epstein files.
Okay, Aubrey.
Problem with
Okay, do you hear her voice? This is older. It seems like it's like almost 2 years older. I'm not sure. I can't find it on her page right now.
with research. Part of the problem with research on intermittent fasting is that
Her voice.
it's been done on animal populations. Part of the problem with research on intermittent fasting is that most of the literature on fasting has been done on animal populations.
Most, yes, but not all. And then also there is like a what's the word I'm looking for? Ethical, like it borderlines like an unethical practice to study depriving people of food. To study that. I'm okay with it. If you want to do a fasting study on me, like, go ahead, daddy.
Hey, daddy.
This means that there is a need for on animal populations, so mice. This means that there is a need for well-controlled studies with human populations about the link between fasting and any kind of health outcome. But frankly, the studies that I've seen that use human participants do not make me optimistic. For example, in one study that I found, Dr. James Johnson asked participants to do a form of intermittent fasting for 8 weeks.
Yeah, so it's really difficult to, first of all, humans make error. If you trust a human to write down their experiences, in order to really do like a nice fasting study on humans, you'd have to like lock them up, and that's unethical. So I kind of get what she's talking about, but let's see what her study was talking about.
After 8 weeks, most participants lost some weight and had some improvement of quality of life, but there was no follow-up, so we don't know whether those results were sustained at all.
So no, yeah, your results, weight loss from fasting is not, unless you keep up a fasting lifestyle. So if you do intermittent fasting often, which I am a fan of intermittent fasting, you can maintain or lose weight. I have a feeling she thinks that like if you lose, let's just say like you lose 8 pounds from a fast and then you stop fasting, is that 8 pounds of fasted weight loss sustained and you kept that off? Probably not, because you've been eating again. So I don't think I don't know.
Additionally, another follow-up, so we don't know whether those results were sustained at all. Additionally, another study by Dr. Michelle Headland compared 3 forms of intermittent fasting. So comparing intermittent fasting a couple hours of the day versus doing 2 days on, 5 days off.
A couple hours.
Versus doing a week on, a week off. There was no difference between forms of fasting, and all participants lost some weight and had some improvements in cholesterol, but it's not known if it was sustained.
So does she know that like weight loss isn't sustained until you sustain the lifestyle? Like, I hope, to me, it feels like am I wrong? Let me know. It feels like she thinks that when weight is lost, it's sustainable if it stays lost. But like the lifestyle and the diet and the experience, if you keep those up, that's what's going to sustain the weight loss, right? Am I reading her incorrectly?
Versus doing a week on, a week off. There was no difference between forms of fasting, and all participants lost some weight and had some improvements in cholesterol, but it's not known if it was sustained.
It would be sustained if they continued to practice an intermittent fasting lifestyle. Okay, so this is from early. This is from early, like 2 or 3 years ago. I think she started actually in 2022 on TikTok, but she spelled haul incorrectly, like a clothing haul. She spelled it like Hall, Hall, which you'll have a PhD. You typed that out. Maybe not. Maybe it is captions.
It's a haul. It's eloquy. It's an eloquy haul. Let's do it. We got this little number.
What are we thinking, y'all? What do we think about this little number?
I like it. It's cute, comfy. I paid like $10 for it. The rest are just this skirt.
I hate that skirt.
And a bunch of different tops. So I'm just going to show you what all the different tops look like with this skirt. And
Is Eloquy like a fat person clothing store?
can't go together, but it's fine. Also, top is so nice quality, and so is this skirt. Crop top.
That's actually a cute outfit, I think, on her. Or I like to use the midriff as like a line cutter, like a cincher. So it gives the illusion that she has a bit of a waist instead of no waist because she's fat.
You are fat. We already know that.
It's crop top. I don't know what else I can tell you. It's crop top. Okay, Eloquy has
Fucking ugly. What the fuck is this?
totally stepped it up with just being more trendy and cute because I really like this asymmetrical top.
I was talking with Coachella, but I hate asymmetrical anything. Like, fucking stop it. I feel like asymmetrical items, asymmetrical skirts, asymmetrical tops only work for like a flamboyant or even like a gamine body type. So she doesn't have those. I'm talking about Kibby, by the way. She looks like maybe soft, natural like me.
I think it's super fun. Also, this skirt is very sweaty. This is a romantic.
What the fuck? She's so okay, and it's not that she's fat. It's just like maybe the way that she's these are just not items for her. I just don't think that they're items for her. I think that it's trendy, but this is not a look. What the fuck is this? I mean, I'm okay with no bra, but this shirt doesn't fit you. Right.
Romantic shirt. This is for getaways.
This is for getaways. What did she say?
This is a romantic shirt.
It's a romantic shirt. It looks ugly. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even trying to be mean. It is not for you. That is a weird top. I would not be comfortable the entire night.
This is for getaways.
Also, her skirt is totally giving me like Rammstein. I don't know. Not with that skirt, at least.
You know what? We got a little bit of under boob sweat going on from sweating profusely from trying to figure out how to tie this. That's all you need to know. She's cute. You're going to want to wear a bra with it.
That is cute on her, actually. That is cute. She looks cute with this. Maybe she has a little bit of gamine.
Or if you like your nips popping, don't.
I think she looks cute like that. Again, though, I think it's because it gives her a little bit of like an hour, like it gives the illusion that she has more than just like a refrigerator body. It's like bop, bop. This is a cute outfit. She looks pretty here.
Oftentimes when people are mocking fat content creators, I'll often see rhetoric where people say, "Oh, I lost X amount of weight and I feel so much better. These people are delusional." And I'm absolutely not going to invalidate your lived experience. If you feel better losing weight, that's great. But first, I challenge you to think about whether you feel better directly because of your weight loss or because you developed habits around exercise and eating that are just healthier for you and make you feel better.
Yeah, and yes. So, yeah, I feel better because I eat better, but also the weight loss came with it. I think like she's onto something because I actually don't think she's onto something, because even if like I lost the weight, if somebody had given me something to like lose the weight, I would still feel better because I could like move more, and then feel better about myself because I feel like I look more attractive in a smaller body, like face, So, it's layered. It's layered. Let's keep going. But she looks really pretty here. I actually slay. Like her face. Do I just like her in a tan? Maybe she just isn't as tan because she moved from the desert to Kentucky. But I also like her hair here too. It's like she looks really pretty here. You're like really pretty.
Or if doing so helped you realize some inner strength and discipline that you didn't know you had. I also encourage you to consider that perhaps the people who you're mocking because they're at a larger weight, maybe they feel better at the weight that they're at. Because just because you didn't feel good when you were at that weight, that doesn't mean someone else can't feel good when they're at a heavier weight.
Okay, but also why wouldn't I share that I felt good with somebody who's at a huge body size? I feel like humans naturally see something, like they see like a harmed animal or like a harmed dog or something like that. We see people who are in pain. We equate morbid obesity with pain. So I feel like sometimes we do insert ourselves into people's lives and say like, hey, I actually felt better at XYZ. We now know, most people now know that is kind of rude. Like, mind your business. You don't have to like tell everybody your weight loss journey. They didn't ask. However, she's saying that somebody may feel good at a higher weight. They may feel fine. And I say they may feel fine there, but they're morbidly obese. They will, I know for sure, feel better at a smaller body size. I know for sure that if you are obese and you say you feel fine, you don't know what fine is, because I thought that I felt fine at an obese body and then didn't realize when I got down to a smaller obese body that I felt way better and had more energy and stopped getting migraines. Like, sure, maybe they have plenty of energy, they don't get migraines, yada, yada, yada. But I've talked to a lot of people on here who didn't realize what good normal was, and they thought they were so used to feeling like shit all the time that they thought that was fine. Like, I feel fine. And then when you start to lose the weight and get better healthy and get better medically, you get a new fine and you're like, wow, I feel great compared to how I felt when I was more bigger.
They're at a heavier weight. The long story short is that if you feel better when you're smaller, that's great. But maybe I feel better when I'm bigger, and that's okay too.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do, because you look great here. And then when we fast forward to the very first video I showed y'all with the green checkered shirt, she looks miserable. All right. So we went through all of the videos. What did you guys think? How do you feel about Aubrey Hoffer? She is becoming my new muse. I am very excited to start the series on her because I feel like she does spread some very harmful misinformation about body sizes and what's healthy and what's not healthy. And I think she is annoying. I'm excited to start this. I'm excited to start this series on her. She's also the co-host of a podcast called Informed Attraction. It's basically a podcast where they talk about beauty standards in specific areas, particularly in Hollywood, also like on the internet and all that jazz. And my next episode, so stay tuned, my next episode is going to be on a topic that they had, on a specific topic they carried on about fat suits in Hollywood. I wanted to also show you a picture, and I'll put it here. She did get married, I think last year, and I don't know if this is her wedding dress or if this is just her bridal shower, but go off with the Squirtle glasses. Okay, but good for her. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I really have to pee because I've been drinking dandelion tea today because I'm a healthy queen. Because it's not okay to be unhealthy, okay? Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on those notification bells, and if you're not a member, become a member. It's only $2. Make you holla.
Me love you long time.
Become a member because you will receive this next episode before the public. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave me a turtle emoji in honor of Squirtle. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Goodbye.